Oh, Chicago woman groped by cop found innocent of eavesdropping. Basically what happened, there was a domestic dispute between her and her boyfriend. They made the grave mistake of calling 911. Never, ever, 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 ever call 911. They made the mistake of doing so. They had already resolved their dispute by the time the cops arrived. They butted their way in and separated the two. And the cop that took her into a separate room groped her breast, according to her, and also slipped her his phone number. Very classy. That's what I do when I want to get women, is I grope their breasts and slip them my phone number. It always works.
Yeah, does it work?
Every time. Every time.
Batting 1,000.
But, well, so after this incident, well, I can't remember exactly what happened, but, oh, yeah, she wanted to complain about the whole incident.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So during the meeting, so she comes in to complain about the whole thing, and they're trying to tell her, well, hey, he's a good guy, and this cop's a good guy, so you should really just drop this and shut your mouth, basically, is what they're saying, even though he groped her breast. But she turns on her phone to record the whole incident. And so after this, of course, they flip out and want to charge her with eavesdropping, saying it doesn't matter what was said during the recording. All that matters is that this is eavesdropping. You can't do this. And they're trying to charge her with eavesdropping, which is, in some places, 15 years. Yeah, here you go. A Class 1 felony that carries a maximum sentence of 15 years. She was later acquitted of that sentence, but it just goes to show, I mean, when the state controls the law and the same state controls the quote-unquote security, you so much as question that power, and they're gonna try to railroad you. They're gonna try to run the fucking gauntlet with you.
Yeah.
Eavesdropping, just whatever it takes. It was bullshit. Eavesdropping, smeavesdrop, whatever it is. What's the one with the big sentence? Yeah, give them that. Yeah. Ridiculous. Well, God.
Wow.
Illinois man faces 75 years in prison for filming a police officer. This is the guy that filmed. He repairs cars, and the cops were so worried that his cars weren't registered. He didn't have official permission.
Yeah, that, and I mean, whatever county he's in, like, you can't. I think I think it's like a rundown town, something of the sort. Basically, they don't want a bunch of immobile vehicles blocking up driveways and front yards. They don't want that to be, the town's image. Yeah. So this guy basically getting hassled. Hey, you're repairing these cops. He probably doesn't have funds to have a giant 10-car garage and keep this everybody in the dark about it. So he has to do it out front. And he gets probably fed up and just says, "Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep, I'm just gonna start repairing these things in the driveway, whatever." And he gets hassled.
So a man who actually provides a service to
Yeah,
society,
attempting to, or
people who will pay him voluntarily, clearly indicating that they are willing to take the risk that this guy is going to provide a satisfactory service.
Yeah.
And yet cops who are paid for it through extortion provide absolutely no service whatsoever, have no place in civilized society, going onto this man's private property, and then just because he films them on his private property committing criminal acts, what I would consider anyway, maybe not in the eyes of the state, but to be criminal acts, trespassing, harassment, that sort of thing. He films that, and then he demands a ordinance hearing in court, brings the camera into the court too, and so between those two incidents, they slap him with 5 felony charges of eavesdropping, 15 years apiece. That's 75 years. My math is correct. And basically a life sentence. I think he's 40-something, so obviously a life sentence in prison. I remember you texted me as soon as you saw this. I was pissed.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I was just like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, what was interesting about it was they wanted him to take the plea bargain.
Yeah.
And they always do that. Plea bargain, if you play our game, if you give in to what we're saying and you just take a slap on the ass and all that stuff, then we'll let you go. But if you dare reject our plea bargain, then we will throw the absolute book at you. And this guy actually has a quote about saying, you know what, if we don't have the right to film the cops, we don't have this,
right?
If we don't have this ability, then what do we have left? And so he said, fuck you and your plea bargain. No.
This guy's a hero.
Yeah, he's an absolute. Here's a real hero for society. If anything happens to this guy, I'm flying. I don't fly a flag, but if I did fly a flag, I'd fly it at half mast.
Yeah.
I guess that wouldn't even make sense. But I don't know. I'm flying something at half mast for this guy.
Put his picture on something. And
yeah. But I don't know. It's just.
Yeah. I'd encourage people to look into this one a little bit more. And
this man must be supported. This man's really, like you said,
he
really is a hero. That takes balls to do what he did. Not only to film them and confront them, not only to have his own ordinance hearing, but also to reject the plea bargain deal when they try to intimidate him and threaten him. And now they're threatening him with 75 years in a cage like a freaking animal, a guy who doesn't have so much as a speeding ticket on his record. And he's standing up to him. It's about time more people did what this guy did. I admire the shit out of this guy.
Yep.
So next, because that just pisses me off too much.
Let's do it. What's next?
Oh boy. Well, we got a video for you here on this one. I mean, I kind of want to avoid playing too many police abuse videos. They piss me off, and it's like, if you want to see them, we'll put links to them. But this one,
I'm not sure if I really like the guy that took the video's motive.
No, neither do I.
He kind of just wanted.
Disgusted.
Yeah, but it is public record, and he did it, so let's watch it.
Right. Fair enough.
This is Karen. That's the husband.
Yeah, turn it up.
That guy.
I think it'll be louder on the recording.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I hope he gets tased. If he gets tased, it's going on YouTube.
Of the woman, the husband and woman that are saying it's just his parents' house? I think that's
Tasing. He's
his
got a family.
parents' house. That's awful. Daughter.
Guy with his hands up
Yeah.
the whole time.
I'm not seeing any sudden movements.
Nope.
I mean,
Oh, now we're gonna tase you. Electroshock torture.
Why?
Totally awesome.
not totally awesome.
No, not cool.
It's disgusting. You should come to his defense.
Yeah, sick and depraved piece of shit. At least you're filming it.
Don't move except when you're being electrocuted. And
I mean, that's how psychopathic they are. Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
He's mentally retarded, sir. Just need to let you know. We got a video recorded that he had his hands up.
he doesn't care.
He's this is some random dude with a uniform on.
This guy doesn't think. He just
Ass.
yeah.
Big. Look at his fat fucking stomach sticking out. Some worthless idiot.
What if you got mental? He's just another. He's retarded, sir. He's retarded. Listen to what I have to say. If you're retarded, you wouldn't be listening to him either. Straight out to the side. Don't get up. I'm not gonna get up. Don't get up.
He can't get up, moron.
Put your hands straight out to the side. Put your hands straight out to the side.
I'm sorry, officer. We're not your slaves who are supposed to obey every barking command.
I watched things happen. Yeah.
Scumbag piece of shit.
We're just letting him know who's in charge.
Yeah. I bet he feels real
That's my foot
powerful
on your
and good
back.
about himself.
Excuse me. Were you out here when that officer asked him to put his hands
God.
down? And
No, all I know is that guy has mental issues. That's what
Where
I
the-
know. Don't hit me.
Where's the bridge? Where'd this
Don't
troll
hit
come
me.
from?
I just got
Some
that on
toothless
video.
tard
You
comes
wanna
out
hit
and-
me? I'll press charges on you and I'll put you in that same position.
I'm just
I
saying,
just got that on
mind your
videotape,
own
so don't hit
Mind your own
me.
bu- lady,
I don't
mind
mind
your
my
own
I know
business,
this
you
guy.
moron.
They're the
He
cops.
doesn't understand.
Retarded, you're not gonna.
He's like a 2-year-old in his brain right now.
Okay,
And this cop's
What, the
tasing
cop?
personally.
He knew enough to put his
He
hands
knew to put his
down.
hands up. Please don't just
Lady,
put your hands up.
back
Then
off.
Put your hands, then put
He
your hands
didn't
down.
What kind of
ask
logic
him
are you
to put
using,
his
lady?
hands up. He asked him to.
He doesn't understand things. He doesn't
Well,
understand.
That's like talking to a 2-year-old. That's
Okay,
like talking to a
but
2-year-old. So don't come up and hit me.
There was an elderly
Go talk to
woman
somebody
that he
else.
accosted, and she got upset. That's
Well, I
why
don't
she's
care.
out here.
I got him.
Land of the free people.
I mean, look at this. Look at this lady. This is America.
I'm just
I just
saying.
got
America
behind me.
pause. This is America, folks. This is what we are surrounded
These are
by.
your brothers and sisters right here.
Well, that's a cop. Hey, these days, that's a cop. What business do you have? And it's just like, oh.
Think she has critical thinking skills?
I think
she
she's
can-
thinking all right. I'm not sure they're critical. She's in critical condition, her health.
It's a nice set of chompers.
That's a nice set of chompers. I mean, not to drag on somebody's chomps.
No, but
You can't help your chomps, but she chooses to be a dumb bitch. Actually, you know what? Because I've met plenty of people who might look like this and would not be nearly that way of thinking. But well, it's typical in a lot of ways too. I don't know. Hell if I know. I'm not trying to look down on her for her appearance.
No.
But it does fit the mold when you see a pattern sometimes. I don't know.
I can't help but think about how bad would it be to get a blowjob from a chick like this?
How bad is it, like badass?
Look at those teeth. Okay, next article.
All right.
Not badass at all.
Not at all. I hope that never happens. Inquiry as rugby league player 25 dies after he was pepper sprayed and arrested by 11 and
11 and caps.
officers. This is another really sad story, actually. An amateur rugby league player collapsed and died after being overpowered with pepper spray as he was being arrested by up to 11 police officers. Jacob Mitchell, 25, was sprayed in the face inside his own home in the Widneys area of Cheshire, but managed to flee officers. And you don't flee because that's considered resisting. Resisting means lethal force is justified in the minds of the pigs. Managed before officers to flee officers before being brought down on a verge 30 meters away. He was taken to police station. So they pepper sprayed him in the face. And this is another one of those that say that, oh, it's a non-lethal weapon, but people have died from pepper spray to the face, which I can't imagine. Basically suffocating to death. One of the most
it'd be
horrible,
brutal way to
imaginable
go.
deaths. Extremely terrible. Can't breathe. Can't see. Intense burning. Just unbelievable. And what do they say? It gets worse. I guess this guy is well liked. He called 999. I guess that's what they have over there. Didn't know about that, but whatever. Said they're arresting him on suspicion of a fray. I tried to look up a fray. I guess it's like just making a ruckus or maybe fighting with someone or something like that. And there was a struggle. I guess, well, there was cops who came originally and threatened him, and then he called 999 because of them, and then this whole thing went down, and it gets worse. Where is it? We'll load the picture. There's his father. Lost his son. Let's see. They seemed. This is a quote from somebody who saw the whole thing. They seemed to be kneeing him in the back of the head. I counted 11 cops. They were all sat on him, giving him a kicking and giving him side digs. There was just one woman officer. The rest were men. She was getting her kicks in as well. They were chasing him in the street. I saw it because I chased him in front of my house. And then it goes on. His mom told me Jake was the one who rang the police himself, saying that someone was threatening him with a gun. They started chasing him and hitting him in the back of the legs with batons. They said, "Why don't you stand up and give yourself some dignity?" to him. But he couldn't even stand up after they'd hit him with the batons. Basically, a scrum of officers pepper sprayed him to the face and then beat the shit out of him. And which one killed him, I'm not sure, but probably a little of both. I mean, just total brutality. I'm not sure how to expand upon that at all. He was shouting, "Help me, help me," just like the homeless guy that was shouting for his father.